Hey everyone, welcome back to Williamson Ridge Outdoors. Today I've got a simple little video for you. We are standing in front of our 2011 F-150 and I'm going to show you how to change out the battery. Now, I know to a lot of people this is super simple, but there's a lot of people out there that have never owned a vehicle, or people even having their first vehicle and may need to change a battery in it. And a lot of times you take it to an auto parts store and they'll change it out for you when you buy a new battery. But it's always been a helpful thing in my lifetime to know how to do this. So it's super simple on our 2011 F-150. You only need just a few tools and it goes really fast. So first thing, in order to get the battery out, you've got to take your terminals loose. And there's a whole bunch of wires in here that looks kind of sketchy and kind of scary because there's so many wires. But what we're going to do is take the negative terminal loose. That's actually going to take a 10 millimeter socket. I'm not sure why they done this in different sizes, but the negative post is a 10 millimeter and the positive post is an 8 millimeter. So it's just got the top post right here. You're just going to turn it loose, and that's going to let your terminal come loose. So we're just going to move it over out of the way. We're going to change and put our 8 millimeter socket on. And there's the same way right here. Also right here on the top of the post, that's the one that takes it loose, and it takes this whole mess of wires loose all at one time. So you can just kind of rock it a little bit and you can see that's loose. So this battery is in here really tight, and it actually has a clamp that holds this in, and there's a bolt right here on the back side that you take loose in order to be able to pull your battery out. So you can see this bolt right here, that's a 10 millimeter bolt right there. So all we're going to do is take it loose. And that's going to loosen up our battery so that we can move it around. Well, this thing will come completely out. So you can just kind of rock the battery around a little bit to get this clamp out. Well, the hard part is actually getting the battery out, because you've got these wires and stuff here that's kind of in the way. And some batteries actually have a handle on them, and you can pull that out and just one easy motion. This one does not have a handle, and it's down inside this box. So you kind of have to just get a hold of it from the sides and just try to work it out and work it around these wires also. So the battery does come off with this surround on it. This is just padding and stuff that goes around the battery to kind of help protect it. So this one is old and has been in and out a bunch of times. So they've actually got, the last person that had the battery out put electrical tape around this, which is perfectly fine. We'll just put it back in the same way, but we want to take this off the old battery and make sure it goes on the new one. So we got our new battery back, and I went ahead and put the pad back around the battery. And you can move this completely out of your way, but this thing is directional. It has a groove on this side, but this is the side that actually matches up to your battery. So whenever you go to clamp your battery in, it's going to tighten down and hold down on that lip right there. So make sure that whenever you put it back in, you turn the cutout side towards the battery. So now I'm just going to go ahead and drop the battery back down into the compartment. And just trying to work it down and around all your connections. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the mount in. Again, remember to face the cutout towards the battery. There it goes. So you may have to wiggle it around and give it enough space in order for everything to line up. And go ahead and tighten your bolt down. And this doesn't have to be extremely tight. You just want it to be tight enough to hold your battery in place so it doesn't move. And you can even shake it around like that and then see if it needs to be snugged up anymore. But you can see I've got a small ratchet. It's not very big, and I'm just tightening it, you know, just snugging it up good. And that thing's in so tight, it just will not move at all once you get that in correctly. So now we're gonna go ahead and hook up our terminals, and we're gonna hook our positive up first, making sure that your ground is not touching anything. If it is touching something on the frame or anything like that, or any other metal, then you could ground it out, and whenever you go to connect it, you could cause sparks and stuff. So that's why that you actually connect or disconnect your ground first, so you don't have that ground on your positive side, so that you can't arc this over. So once you get your terminal on the positive side, go ahead and snug it down. That's actually going to be your 10 millimeter. Oops, I was wrong. That's your 8 millimeter. And again, same thing with these connections. You don't want to torque these down. You just want to snug them up. And then you can wiggle that connection, and if it seems loose, then snug it up a little bit more. So we get no movement with it right there. So we're good to go. We can kind of put our protective cover back over top of it. Now we can go ahead and connect our negative. You can see the headlights come on. It's showing the truck has power. And this one's the same way. This is our 10 millimeter. And we're just going to snug this down. We're not going to torque it down. So when you get it to where that you can put quite a bit of pressure on that terminal and you get no movement out of it, then you're tight enough. So now we can check and make sure it's going to start. So there we have it. That's a pretty easy do-it-yourself thing to change your battery. And like I say, I know a lot of people this is a very simple task for them, but there's a lot of people that are first-time vehicle owners and have never done stuff like this. So that's why I decided to make this video, and this does pertain to this truck, specifically a 2011 F-150, but it could carry over to a lot of other models, especially in Ford. So like a 2011 all the way up to, even a 2020 or 2023 might even be very similar to this in order to change out a battery. I know in most vehicles, they typically have some sort of a hold down, and then it's just a matter of taking the terminals loose and pulling it out. But you can see with just a couple simple tools, I've got an 8 millimeter socket and a 10 millimeter and a small ratchet, and you can change out the battery yourself without much trouble. So if you enjoyed the video today and you found it helpful, I appreciate you hitting that thumbs up button. It really goes a long way in helping out the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.